Grace and peace. I'm Susan.
Grace and peace. I'm Frank.
And together we're Team Adkins. We're bringing you Word Up Wednesdays. Tonight we're continuing our study of the book of Luke. We're in chapter 6, verses 43 through 45. In this chapter, Jesus is still teaching about kingdom character. Earlier, he taught us about loving our enemies, showing mercy, and examining our own hearts before judging someone else. But now Jesus takes us deeper because he addresses the condition of the heart. And what Jesus teaches us tonight is this: your life will always produce the fruit of what is in your heart.
Well, that sounds pretty great and awesome that he's teaching us that. Jesus now moves from behavior to the source of behavior, because the problem is not always what we see on the outside. The real issue is what lies beneath of everything else that's there on the outside.
What lies beneath?
The real you. Beneath the outside of you, inside is what lies beneath what people see. It's just like faith. Why do you have faith for things you already see when your faith is by what you don't see? So the faith that produces action is by not seeing. That's why you have hope in it, because you don't see it. Because it hasn't become tangible yet.
Okay.
In the reality, you want tangible fruit.
Yes.
Because we're talking about fruit. You want fruit that's tangible, that also is produced by the right tree, that's producing a tangible, real fruit. For example, love is produced out of the love emotion that's in your heart. Right?
Yeah, and it can be produced out of the love that Jesus pours into your heart. Not the emotional love, the agape love.
Right, exactly. Prime example.
Okay.
So as we begin to move forward, because the problem is not always what we see, as I said it, the real issue is what is happening on the inside. You ready?
I'm ready.
You excited?
I'm excited.
You sure?
I'm positive.
All right, well, let's go then.
Okay, Luke 6:43 through 45 reads as following: no good tree bears bad fruit, nor does a bad tree bear good fruit. Each tree is recognized by its own fruit. People do not pick figs from thorn bushes or grapes from briars. A good man brings good things out of the good stored up in his heart, and an evil man brings evil things out of the evil stored up in his hearts. For the mouth speaks what the heart is full of.
Jesus began with something everyone understands. Tree produce fruit. So everyone should understand the facet of life when you talk about tree producing fruit. In earlier verses, he gave us an identity as to what kinds of fruit is supposed to be produced on what kinds of tree.
Exactly.
And when you don't have that particular fruit, because apple does not grow on an orange tree, neither does pears grows on a grape seed.
No, it does not.
All right. So if you see apples on a tree, you know it's an apple tree. If you see figs, you know it's a fig tree. The fruit reveal the.
What does it reveal?
Everything that the tree is all about.
Okay. So what you're saying, Jesus is saying that he's saying the same thing about our lives. Your fruit tells the truth about your root.
Your what?
Your fruit tells the truth about your root.
I just want to make sure our audience out there was able to understand. It gives more.
Our virtual audience and our live audience, because our live audience is just sitting there. But anyway, people may not immediately see what's in your heart, but eventually the fruit will show it. It is showing your actions, your attitude, your responses, and it reveals the condition of your heart. It's just like the wolves that come to you in sheep's clothing.
Okay.
They come to you in sheep's clothing, and at first you think they're docile and cute and friendly, but then at some point in time, their real character is revealed.
Well, I'm glad you utilized the identity of the character, because that's what Jesus is really pinpointing.
Yes.
About our nature, about our character, about our responsibility, about our purpose, about who he is,
Yes.
that should be flowing through who we are when we say we believe in him.
Right.
Jesus says a good tree cannot produce bad fruit. Let's just pause there for a moment, because bad fruit, you gave such a great segment into what good fruit is. So what would you identify bad fruit? Or our listening audience, what would they identify
Your
bad fruit?
attitude, the way you treat people, your actions, pride, yeah, pride, selfishness,
envy, lust,
jealous.
Okay, I just want to make
those
sure.
Those are bad fruit.
Because I just want to make sure we are always identifying both. So if we say go left, it should be a reason why we say go left.
Exactly.
If there's a reason why we should say go straight ahead, because the pathway, even though sometimes it appears to be straight, but sometimes it's narrow.
Yes.
And so in a narrow pathway, that means everything is tight. That means everything is conducive. So the same thing when you begin to grow fruit. You have to make sure that everything is in a row like it should be.
Yes.
A bad tree, according to the text, cannot produce good fruit. That means fruit is not something you can fake forever.
That's right.
Based upon your statement, that's a good analogy. People can pretend for a while, like they often do.
Yes.
Some people get away with it a lot longer than others.
Yes.
Like con artists.
Yes. Those are good actors and actresses.
Yes. But eventually the real
nature,
the real
person, the real character,
not the
root of it comes out.
That's all I'm getting you to say. I'm glad you can participate. Seeing that our audience here is quiet, can you continue to share with us?
And that's why Jesus says each tree is recognized by its fruit.
Oh, can you pause?
Yes.
He said, what did he say again?
He said each tree is recognized by its fruit.
So just by recognizing a good tree,
yeah,
you can tell by the fruit.
Yes.
So just while I have you there, I went to the store today to buy some fruit.
Okay.
And even though the fruit wasn't actually on the tree, some of the fruit wasn't.
It wasn't good fruit.
No.
It had been sitting there too long.
Too long.
Yes.
So even though I recognize it as being, I won't call it out.
You know what
that
tree
fruit
it came from, but it just wasn't.
Right. It wasn't. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
And it is you can recognize the fruit by each tree by the fruit that it produces, because you don't identify a tree by its leaves.
Okay, true.
You identify by what it produces.
All right.
And the same thing is for our lives.
What about our lives?
The fruit will eventually reveal your real character.
I say you keep saying eventually. So
eventually,
does it take time sometimes?
Sometimes it takes time. People are, good at mimicking, covering up, hiding, acting, and so eventually they get tired and the real thing comes out.
And then when the real thing comes out, I heard you mention.
You see the person.
Right.
You see the character of the person.
Right. I heard you identify some of the characteristics of.
You see pride. You see selfishness. You see that jealous, envious thing that come out. That even that monitoring thing comes out. Just like Matthew 12:34 says, or the mouth speaks what the heart is full of. And so you have people who operate in those capacities, and they try to come at you as if they're friend,
and they're really foe.
And they're really foe.
Okay.
You have people that will PREY on you instead of praying for and with you.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, continue.
And so, Jesus, he takes us deeper when he says a person brings good things out of the goods stored in their heart.
Okay.
And notice the word stored. Your heart is like a storage place.
Okay.
What you allow into your heart becomes what your life produces. If your heart stores bitterness, bitterness will come out. If your heart stores pride, pride will come out.
Mm-hmm.
But if your heart stores the word of God,
Mm-hmm.
love, mercy, and wisdom will come out. And so that's, this is where we have to be in the word. We have to study his word. We have to operate out of the fruit of his spirit. Because when we begin to operate out of the fruit of his spirit,
Mm-hmm.
the works of our flesh cease to exist.
So are you saying that's why Jesus ends with one of the most powerful statements in Scripture?
Yes.
The revelation of what your mouth is speaking, your heart is full of, correct?
Yes.
When pressure comes, a lot of older people used to say pressure can bust a pipe.
Yeah.
So if the pressure is too much,
yeah, it's gonna come out.
It's going to come out.
Yep.
What's inside comes out no matter what.
No matter what.
Some people let it comes out like a soft water faucet. Some people let it comes out like a sprinkler.
A pressure cooker.
A pressure cooker. That's how you get so much build up till you can't hold it anymore, and you begin to explode. That's your self-control is gone because you gave that particular bad fruit, that bad taste in your mouth.
Yes.
You allow it to fester in your heart.
Yes.
And it begins to corrupt your heart. And when your heart is corrupted, it allows so many other things to manifest.
It does.
All right. So because your mouth is simply the overflow of your heart, that means you have to watch what goes into the man. Because Jesus also said in the Bible, it's not so much that what goes into the mouth of a man, it's what comes out.
Yes, exactly. So tonight, the real question is not just what we say. The real question is, what is filling our hearts?
Pause.
Okay.
I just want you to pause, as if our audience will answer.
Okay.
Sooner or later, our audience will.
Sooner or later, they're going to participate.
All right, that's fine. But you at home, we want you to consider this, because when you consider it, you also can have a conversation among others that's like-minded or among those who are closest to you, just to have almost like a word game.
Yeah. Yeah.
So some word game you can say love, somebody will probably say hate.
Yeah.
So just to facilitate that to see what comes out.
Exactly.
And then you can begin to identify some of the traits.
Yes.
That people have inside based upon the wordage that they utilize.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Those are things that are hidden within their heart.
Yeah, because you have to have a moment to pull it out.
And that's just, that ties into this next comment. Eventually what fills your heart will shape your words, and your words will shape your life. So let's pause for a moment and let's ask a question. What kind of fruit is showing up in your life? Because the fruit always reveals the root.
Oh, that's powerful. You can trim branches, correct?
Yeah.
You can also begin to cultivate the land that's around it.
Yes.
So that with great cultivation, is building up. So sometimes we have to make sure that our foundation is the perfect foundation for what we're building inside.
Yes.
So if you're in a cluttery mindset, then your mind will also begin to produce clutter in your heart.
Yes. Yes. Your life will deplete the clutter. Okay. So yes.
All right, but the only way to change the fruit is to change the root, right?
So that means you got to change the seed that is being sowed. And we need to get into the word. That's how we change that seed, by getting into the word and allowing the word to penetrate our hearts. Because when we allow God to transform our hearts, our lives begin to produce the fruit of his character. Love instead of bitterness, grace instead of judgment, peace instead of chaos, because when the root is changed, the fruit will follow.
Say that again, the last part.
When the root is changed, the fruit will follow.
Okay. All right.
And remember, the fruit doesn't lie. And so we need to thank God for his grace. Grace to turn things around with the help of the Holy Spirit.
A lot of grace?
A lot of grace. We have to walk this thing out day by day. You got to wake up with intentions to walk in the fruit of God's Spirit.
Well, we're glad that you tuned in to this Wednesday episode of Word 'em Up Wednesday. We're happy that you had an opportunity to partake in fruit testing, fruit teasing,
Heart check.
Foundation.
Yes.
All of these things is what Jesus is really identifying that helps to us to have a transformed life, a life that is filled with purpose, a life that is filled with joy, and knowing that Jesus is the reason for all season, and we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. So if you ever have a heart issue, take it to the heart fixer. If you have a mind problem, take it to the mind regulator. Because Jesus is both. He's a mind regulator and a heart fixer. And he can begin to cleanse your heart while he's beginning to exercise your mind. So that your soul, which is your mind, emotions, and what's the third part? Help me out.
What is it? The spirit.
Mind, soul, and emotion.
You said that.
Three. Okay.
You said that.
Because in our mind is the workplace.
And your heart.
In our heart. In our mind is the place where the enemy always tries to work on first.
Yes.
So the fruit, the seed that he planted in your mind begins to have its root goes down to your heart.
And so what's in your heart comes out
to
of
come
your
back.
mouth.
Okay. Thank you for painting that picture with me.
So what we have to do is stay in the word.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we're full of the word, the enemy can't come at us with the suggestions. He can't come at us with the what ifs, or the no, you can't do this. So stay in the word. Trust God. Put your faith in God. Keep your faith in God. Keep your mind and your heart stayed on him. That way, you can kill all of the distractions.
And by killing the distraction, you're also killing those infiltrators, those pesky bugs that doesn't do you any good as you're trying to grow and mature into what God has in store for you. Exactly. So once again, thank you for tuning in.
See you next.
Close out the gospel according to Luke, the 6th chapter.
Thank you. Be blessed.
Peace.